Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dallas grass weeder. I'd like to show you how it works. Simply come in on top of the plant, the center of it, jiggle the handle a little bit so the bolts will pass by the stem, and get all the way to the ground. Then push it in the ground, keeping it tight to the ground. Turn it clockwise to free it all up. And again, you can see the roots have wrapped themselves around the bolts here. So we got a real tight grip on that weed. So next all we do is simply push it into the bucket, get it out of the way, put some seed in the hole. And right next to that, we've got another part of a weed here that we can get out of the ground. So let's do the same thing. We'll go ahead and get it out of the ground. And while we got it out of the ground, let's see if we can find if there's a rhizome in it. There we are. There that little puppy is. See the little rings around it? See those rings around it? There's another one right there. The whole thing is a rhizome. It will regrow the plant, in addition to the seed that grows out on the stems. This particular lawn has been mowed recently, and so we don't have stems sticking up for the Dallas grass. We will on a future video. Part of this Dallas grass weed, I'm just going to pull it loose because this particular one doesn't seem to show any seed. So if you pull the sheath off of the weed itself, you'll find the Dallas grass seed. Hideous weed. So I'm going to toss that over in the bucket. I'm going to pick up the tool and I'm going to come over the center of this plant. I'm going to jiggle the handle a little bit, push it in the ground. I'm going to turn it clockwise, make several revolutions, and as you can see on the weed here itself, we got roots wrapping all around the tool. So we're getting this weed out of the ground, and we're collecting rhizome, which is in the middle of this, which is the rhizome is what makes it come back every year. But those seeds we just looked at is what propagates brand new germination of a new weed, or several of them at the same time, all in a big circle. Anyway, we're going to get a little bit more of this weed, roll it all up, again, as you can see, we got roots wrapped around it. We got another stem there that we could tear apart, and so you can see the Dallas grass seeds right there. Cut that with your lawnmower, and all you're doing is spreading the seed. Ladies and gentlemen, so more Dallas grass weed will grow. We have a Dallas grass weeder here on the table. We'll push it over here in the bucket. We've got examples of Dallas grass seed, multiple seeds. Got well, I guess you might say a lot of seed here. The heart, the seed make other plants, and then these plants make a survivor to make for next year. An example, as you can see, this is a rhizome. You can tell it's a rhizome by the rings around it. Okay, and this rhizome will come back every year and make new stems and make new seed pods, etc., and continue to come back. Here's another. These rhizomes come in all kinds of shapes, configurations, but all of them have these rings around them. You know, very distinct looking. This plant taken out of the ground, this weed will no longer make a trip back annually. It won't come back again. Okay, so